Hey everybody, it's Matt Shue from Upright Health, and I am here with Josh Hash.
What's up, guys?
And today we are answering an email from a guy in Basel, Switzerland. His name is Tom, and Tom's a 44-year-old Thai boxer, lawyer. He sits a lot and he plays tennis. And he actually just started playing tennis after a 20-year break. So he's had
Does it all.
He does do literally everything.
Renaissance man. Okay.
Renaissance man. That's how they do it in Switzerland. They speak English, German, French, some Italian, and they also play underwater hockey.
Good for you, Tom.
Yeah, good job, Tom. So Tom has a question. Because he's playing tennis, he's noticing that whenever he plays tennis, he starts getting shoulder pain afterwards. He has gone to a chiropractor. He has seen a rolfer, also in Basel, and unfortunately, none of that is really helping. So the rolfing, the tissue work, made a dramatic difference. But then after a few days, and then after playing tennis more, the problem has started coming back, which is obviously not a good thing. So I'm super sorry for you, Tom. But I am jealous that you live in Basel, Switzerland, because I've been there, and that place is amazing. So anyway, he's wondering what there is that he could do to try to deal with this shoulder situation. So we wanted to talk about that because it's actually really common. It's something that I've dealt with. It's something that our clients have dealt with. So we want to go over some quick ideas. Hopefully they help you, Tom. We can't see you, so we don't know if it's really going to help, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. So let's start it off, Josh. So especially overhead, he says. That overhead stuff is killing him.
Okay.
What do we
Well,
think?
sounds like since the rolfing gave you some immediate relief, that doing some tissue work on yourself would probably be a really good idea, especially for this musculature in front of the shoulder, right? So what do you think? We're probably talking chest.
Yeah, so pecs, anterior delt probably, that kind of stuff. When we're hitting balls right here, this is going to get a little bit tight. Whether you're going overhead or not, you're going to be using pecs and tendons.
And I think me and you have a video on this, just getting a softball, lacrosse ball, something in here, getting up on a wall and just working your way across this whole chest region to the front of the shoulder. And that'll be really important because you don't want to have to go to a roll for every time you feel like you have some tightness, right? You should be able to be, hey, I want to relieve some of this. I'm going to hop on a lacrosse ball or whatever for a little bit, and that'll help you out.
Unless you want to always spend that money, which is fair.
That's fair.
If you want to.
Keep the rolfers in business.
That's right. Keep us in business. Thanks, Tom. So that's one area. So front of the chest, front of the shoulder. Also into the lats, right? So this overhead motion. Yeah. So if we're trying to do this, if we're trying to generate force as we're coming down and the lats are a little bit too tight, you're going to run into some issues because if they're too tight, they can actually pull the humeral head forward, which is going to destabilize your shoulder. So good luck on a humerus that's being pulled forward as you come up. Now you're contracting, and now you're pulling it even more forward. That's gonna hurt. And
same thing for like a lot of baseball players, right? They have similar issue. They're always here, so then getting to this position is a lot harder.
Yeah. So Tom had mentioned, I dealt with that myself. There was a period of several years where every time I went overhead in tennis, just messing around. I'm not a good tennis player.
We believe that.
Yeah, thank you. I'll talk to you later. So every time I do that, my shoulder would just clunk out, and I'd just be in searing, agonizing pain for a couple weeks. So definitely you want to work on some things so we can get a ball under here. You can try to loosen up the fascia and the muscle under here in the armpit, basically. You can do some lat stretching. You want to show them a little lat stretch? So let me get out of the way here.
So probably just getting...
Yeah. Yep, so just getting in like that. So
I guess I can do this one so you guys can see better.
Yeah, you might want to be able to see. Thanks, Josh. So let's say Josh is left-handed and a spawn of the devil. He would do it with his left arm like this. So you just grab on here, and then you're trying to traction this hip away. You can kind of wiggle around to try to find different angles to get this to stretch out. You can feel some up in the armpit here. And that will just help get that lat again to ease up, let go, so that you can get that overhead range of motion. if you are paying attention, you might have just seen that Josh switched his grip. So he can go with thumb up, he can go with thumb down. If he's got a bar like that there, he could be horizontal. Just kind of playing with different angles to see where you get the lat the best for yourself. There's also teres major, which is it's a complementary muscle. It basically does very similar things to the lat, and that also you can get stretched by doing those kinds of things. So those are some ideas to kind of help smash things and stretch things, and we also want to think about how to stabilize that. So stabilizing, we've got a dumbbell here. What's that for?
That's perfect. We're going to do some rows. I think any type of rows will be awesome, but we love the dumbbell row here. So grab yourself a dumbbell, get yourself something to stabilize on. We're going to come here. So we're going to try to keep this shoulder blade retracted as we're doing this, right? So we're just going to pull up to the shoulder, and we're right back down, full extension, and back up to the shoulder, right?
Right. So one of the things Josh just mentioned, we want to keep this retracted, especially right now. We don't want to let you sag this down too far. You're probably already too good at that, Tom. I feel like we've known each other forever, so I feel like I can tell you this. We want to make sure your shoulder blade is back here. If you let this sag a lot, you're actually just dragging that humerus out of position even more. So we want to try to keep this back the whole time. In the future, as you get better at stabilizing, as your shoulder is more and more secure, then it will be fine to go ahead and sag like that. But for now, probably not a great idea. So that's something we notice a lot with people that we train here. If their shoulders are already stuck here, we don't really want to help them make that easier, at least not for a period of time, until everything is more stable and more secure back that way. Let's see, you also asked if there are other ideas that we had, if there are programs. Since you sit a lot and you're a lawyer, you might want to check out the Sitting Solution ebook that we have on the Upright Health website. That's got some easy kind of fundamental exercises like scapular retractions, different arm circle things, just different easy things you can do in an office environment to help keep your shoulder blades in place. And then we're also working on a more comprehensive shoulder program that we hope to have in the beginning of 2016 to help you in a more comprehensive way, kind of give you many more ideas and give you some good tips on execution and things like that to help you with that. But in the meantime, I think we just gave you about 1 million ideas, 1,000,001 maybe, lost count.
Me too.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a bunch of ideas, Tom.
Just get good at them.
Yep.
Keep doing them. And they should, you should yield some results.
Yep. So hopefully that gives you some good ideas. Hopefully that helps you out. And we hope that you remember that pain sucks.
Life shun it.
Tschüss.